What's up, guys? Jeremy Conn here. This is take two on the Lowdown, all brought to you by Pickdawgz.com. I'll tell you about that in a second. Man, there's nothing like talking to yourself for 15 minutes and it all goes to waste because my camera froze and I don't know when it froze. And then the picture just cuts out, and I think the audio even gets a little messed up. So I had to go to my computer camera, which it's fine, but I have a much nicer one that I like to use. I don't know if it got fried or maybe some lightning. Who knows? I'll figure this damn thing out. But if it looks a little bit different, that's why. And that's why I had to restart. So I want to tell you guys, click the like and subscribe button. Please, that helps us out. And if you click the notification button, it'll let you know anytime one of these gets posted. God, I can't believe I'm going to do this all over again. Maybe I'll just cut out me ranting and raving about the NBA and how soft these guys are and the fact that we've got so many players sitting for the Cavs against the Heat because they have a back-to-back. Ooh, scary. You got to play 2 nights in a row. God, whatever will you do? Remember when you played in AAU and you'd play 5 games in a day? Soft-ass people. You know what? I'm not getting on it again. I want to tell you guys about my Concrete Inner Circle. Concrete Inner Circle is a rated system. It's a little bit pricier. If you like making big bets, I think this is for you. I talked about on Sunday, I hit my first 4 bets and I was already up 24 units. Those 4 plays I loved. And, you know, again, when I see something that I really like, I can write up something and tell you, hey, I really like this play, but it's not like I can sit there and write, hey, I bet this 4 times the amount of whatever. You know, if I tell you I like something at 10 units, then lay the wood to that damn thing because I really feel like it's hitting, and that means I laid the wood to it. So, but yeah, if you want to check it out, Concrete Inner Circle, text Inner Circle to that number there, and you can find out more. No worries if you don't. We do appreciate you guys watching this and checking this out. If you purchase picks, thank you so much for that as well. But definitely love having you guys here. Hopefully you enjoy what we've been doing. And I say we because I'm on so many damn shows. I do a show with Mark Zinno, NFL and college football show. We go over 5 games. Give our opinion on each one of those games, and then we give a show best bet that he and I agree on, and then if we can't agree on anything, we each give out a best bet, because sometimes that happens. Yeah, what was it? I think the 1 week, it's not like we don't agree on games. We had 1 week where we were just against each other. So, and then I jump on the morning show on Mondays and Fridays, and college football and pro show when Jay's hosting that as well. So, I say we all the time because I feel like it's everyone. But here's I just wanted to go over what happened the past night, and of course where we're at with tonight. Like last night or Tuesday night was a little bit of a bitch because college basketball hasn't been kind to me to start off the season. Very frustrating some of the games, and last night wasn't a bad night or anything like that. It's just like looking at the games and feeling like I read the game right, getting the right pace in the game, but seeing that they're missing shots. And nobody wants to start behind the 8 ball with a bunch of losses. And over the weekend, it wasn't kind to me. So I'll figure this out. I did have Louisville and Texas Tech last night. Like I said, in my main plays, I went 2 and 3. But it's funny, the ones I would consider my top plays of everything last night, the college football game, very kind to me. We hit that. And then there were a couple NBA games. I guess I should bring up, I did lose my winning streak in the NHL. I was six in a row going into last night, and I had 2 games, and I hit the under on the first game with Ottawa, 2-2 going to overtime, cashed those tickets. And then it didn't work out for me because Vancouver sucks. You guys suck. You suck ass. It could have been an 8-game winning streak. And, I put together these streaks in the NHL, and the NHL is not even my sport. But follow the money, follow the line movement, look at where teams have been playing, how they match up. Maybe there's no bias in it. I don't know. But yeah, if you want to check out the NHL plays, I do have one up. I'll have a couple up over the weekend. And the weird thing is, if I don't like anything, I'm not posting an NHL play. I'm not just going to find one for the sake of finding it. But I did take the Rangers and the Lightning to go over on Wednesday night. I was on Longwood and then Coppin in South Florida to go over. The 3 football games we talked about, I ended up being on all 3 of them, Buffalo, Miami of Ohio, and Northern Illinois. The more I looked at the Northern Illinois game, it's still my 3rd favorite of the 3, but I did really like that bet. I think they handle business, and I think it's more about their defense and what they're going to do in shutting down the opposition. In the NBA, I was on the Lakers under. And then at my 3 plays that I had, I did not post the Lakers under, full disclosure. I felt like I had enough plays and I wasn't trying to add to it. And my 3 favorite plays were the Clippers plus the points against the Nuggets, the Mavs to win after firing sorry-ass Nico Harrison. Watch this team come out and play like gangbusters tonight. It's so goofy how things happen. And then the Heat, and this is the one that pissed me off because, and I told you the first time I recorded, it got me on the rant about how soft NBA players are because for the Cavs, Donovan Mitchell sitting, Evan Mobley sitting, Darius Garland sitting, and there's a couple other guys that are going to be sitting as well. It's a who's who of nobodies that's going to be starting with Jared Allen. So the total was 247.5, the largest total we've had all season long when these teams met, 2 days ago? And then, God, I'm getting cottonmouth. And then it was the situation where they match back up. You're going to see him yet again. And I'm looking at it going, wait a minute, the total dropped 10 points. And then all of a sudden I go to look at the spread and I'm like, the Heat are favored by 6? So what I immediately do when I see something weird like that is I go to the daily fantasy sites. And that way I can scroll through all the players to see, all right, who's questionable, who's out. And that's exactly what I was doing today when you find out all this information. The good thing is we got it early, so you didn't place a bet and then get screwed because everyone's sitting. Even though I've seen that work out, it's kind of goofy how sometimes when you get stuck, it actually does work out. But in this game, it's like, why are all these guys sitting? I mean, we're not even halfway. We're not even a quarter of the way through the season. And we got guys sitting already? Like, come on, man. Soft ass. This all started with Kawhi's soft ass. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, getting back to the game. So, yeah, I did like the Heat in that matchup. Should be pretty ridiculous. Now, let's get into today. So what I'm going to do is there's 2 football games to talk about. My freemium is going to be on the college football game. And I'm going to talk about the Patriots game. On the premium side, I will have a play on the total. That's my favorite play in the game. But I am also going to give you a lean towards which side I think is going to cover this. And I have a bunch of prop bets. I'm going to read over what my algorithm spits out. And as I always say, don't worry about it. I'm going to post it in the comments in the morning. Excuse me. That way you guys can go back and it's already written down and you can match it up however you want. But I am going to read through it just so you guys know what I'm talking about and what to look for. And then some prop plays. I'm going to give out a bunch of free prop plays that I will be on. Say that 5 times fast. All right. We're going to start with the Jets and Pats. I mean, what a horrific game to get on a Thursday night. The Jets are 13.5-point underdogs. The total's 42.5. My lean on the side would be to the Patriots. I know this Jets team's coming off of a win. They got 2 special teams touchdowns to help propel that win. And I think they had 2 yards passing at halftime, and they were winning. So it was another ugly game, and this Patriots team just went down to Tampa Bay and won a road game against the Bucs coming off of a bye week. I think it's the right side. I hate betting double-digit favorites. That's why it's not a play for me, and why I'm not making this game the freemium, because I really like this college football play a lot tonight. But, yeah, I would lean towards the Pats. And, you know, with the player props, here's what my algorithm says, and just bear with me as I'm going to be reading off a lot. Drake May, 227 passing yards, 1.91 TDs, 34 rush yards. Justin Fields, 195 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 40 rush yards. Trevion Henderson, 90 rush yards, 3.6 receptions for 29 yards. Breece Hall, 68 rush yards for 2.7 receptions and 21 yards receiving. And then we get to the receivers, and by God, on the Jets, it is who the hell are you throwing to? But I'm going to list the guys that I think are the top guys here to at least peek at. Stephon Diggs, 4.4 receptions for 55 yards. Mac Hollins, 3.3 for 44 yards. Hunter Henry, 3.5 receptions for 38 yards. Mason Taylor, that's the tight end for the Jets, 4.3 receptions for 41 yards. And I put down a Donnie Mitchell, A.D. Mitchell. They got in the trade from the Colts. Don't know like how many pass plays how many plays he's going to be in for. I think he immediately, with Garrett Wilson being hurt, becomes their best receiver, or at least most useful receiver, because he can flip the field in one play. He's the idiot that actually dropped the ball before going into the end zone for the Colts when the Colts could have beat the Rams. How big would that win have been? He drops the ball going into the end zone. Like, the dumbest thing you could have ever done. And then DeMercado does it a couple weeks later. Maybe it was the very next week. And I'll never forget that because that son of a bitch cost me my survivor pool. He was going in for a touchdown that was going to make it a 3-touchdown lead, I think late in the third quarter. And that dummy drops the ball at the 1-inch line. Just do whatever you want. Get in the damn end zone. I don't know why. Is it swag to drop it and look? It's so cool. Oh man, I don't get any of that nonsense. Like, have fun. I'm not telling you don't have fun. Celebrate. Go in there. If you got a little gimmick routine thing you want to do it. Just score the damn touchdown. But they put him in that trade, and the weird thing is he's really talented. He's a deep threat. I like him over that number. Full disclosure, I go to FanDuel a lot of times to get my lines, and just so it's from a site. I'm not going to go just start comparing and things like that. But that's where I go. I couldn't find any A.D. Mitchell props. Nothing for like receptions or yards. So again, I just don't know how many guys are going to be out on the field for the Jets and how much they're going to be rotating those receivers. That's the one thing that makes me a little nervous. Even though I do have an underplay on one of their pass catchers. So as we look at it, let's go over the prop plays and I'll get to all the other stuff. So for me, if you can find A.D. Mitchell over his receiving yards, I like that. I wouldn't do receptions. I mean, he's a guy that can clearly cover this number on one play. And if he does have 2 catches, I'm pretty sure he's going to definitely hit his prop. But you do with that what you will. I did not find his prop on FanDuel when I was looking, so I don't know where all it's going to be at. But I just talked about Mason Taylor, and some people are going to go, oh, yeah, he's going to be the number 1 receiver. The thing that you guys are saying in your head, I'm sure the Patriots are saying, and they're going to do everything they can to take him away because they know that's who Justin Fields wants to go to. I like him under his reception. So the algorithm actually likes him under the receptions, not like a strong play. I like it a lot. He's minus 135, so it's juiced to the under. I think it's a very solid play. I told you Breece Hall was expected to get 68 yards. Prop here has him at 58.5. I like him over that number, minus 115. Again, I would like him all the way up into that 68 number. So if the numbers fluctuate just a little bit, this isn't me trying to get an edge because I know with the prop plays, they move kind of quicker than anything with yardage and all that nonsense. But I do like Breece Hall over his rushing prop. I would bet Travion Henderson anytime TD. He's minus 180, and as you said, I hate giving out like big point spreads and big favorites in the NFL, especially in the NFL. Not so much in college. I mean, not even that much in the NBA, but goofy things happen in the NBA too. But when it comes down to it, Travion Henderson is grading out better than the quarterbacks in this game, and I know it's not surprising. I use an algorithm for daily fantasy, and just across the board, they're expecting more out of him. I think he's definitely getting in the end zone. If you think the Patriots are winning the game, I don't see any way he doesn't. He's also catching the ball to the backfield. He had 2 touchdowns last week, and I think now they're finding out what they had on their hands, even though they were trying to basically ride Ramondre Stevenson. But I like him for an anytime TD, and I would take Mac Hollins over 36.5 receiving yards. I like that a lot. I know he had a big week last week, but he's the type of guy where he's a big play receiver, so I don't need him. That's why I'm looking at his yardage, not necessarily his receptions, because I think he could get that on 2 catches or even 1. But we'll see how it plays out. We'll have to see what this Jets team looks like, and I would check the weather. If anything changes and you want to sway off of one of these plays, could be something that makes a lot of sense. Like if you find out it's an unbelievably windy day and I say, hey, over receptions or yards, maybe you want to take another look at it. I would come back and post something if I felt like vastly different than anything I'm giving out now. So just know that if your guys are ever like, oh, this changed, there'll be something in the comments. I want to point out one more thing before giving out my college play and getting the hell out of here. I've been talking too much today, and I think I'm starting to lose my voice. Number 2, Purdue at, I think it's at, I don't know if they're playing on a neutral site because I wrote this down, but they're playing number 8, Alabama. So that's the big college basketball game on Thursday. I'll probably end up having a play on that game, but I'm not going to force it if I don't like it. And getting the college game here, Troy against Old Dominion. Old Dominion's minus 11.5, 52.5 is the total. I know there's a lot of people out there that think that's too big of a number. It's not. I think ODU's winning by at least 2 touchdowns. This is a freemium for me. I will be all over Old Dominion. They've been kind to me in the past. They did burn me in last year. Late. Anyway, it's you know how things pop up in your head. You're like, yeah, man, they've been so good to me. But that one time they treated me, yeah. I do like this spot for Old Dominion. Anyway, I've been talking so much. Check out the premium plays over at Pickdawgz.com. I always have my stuff up. I'm going to start a new hockey streak, so we'll see how it plays out. But my NFL plays usually get put up on Wednesday, Thursday. Same thing with my college football plays. So check those out. And let me know what you're thinking. Place some comments. I'll try to respond back to some of these. I'm trying to get better at that. A lot of moving parts, a lot of recordings, a lot of radio for me. And my radio show now is on YouTube as well. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's 105.7 The Fan. But, you'll see how goofy our group is. My one co-host is pre and post for the Orioles and does like in-game stuff with them. And my other co-host was on The Wire, former police commissioner of Baltimore, went to prison. It's a very nice, interesting group, and the conversations we get into can definitely get down some weird rabbit holes. But hope you win some cash, guys. I'll be back tomorrow with another podcast. Don't forget to check the comments back. I'll write everything in there so you guys can see what those numbers for the prop plays were.